Hey everybody, it's summer, it's hot outside. While we talk a lot about staying hydrated and drinking lots of fluids, we don't really talk about how our bodies can become depleted of vitamins and minerals as we lose fluids. Juicing is a great way to replenish those fluids and minerals and vitamins and stuff. And you don't need a juicer to do that necessarily. You can have just a little blender or something at home. Watermelons are great. Summer seasonal. They're mostly water. They've got a lot of natural sugar to them as well to give you a little energy boost after some time outside in the sun. And all we really need to do this is we got a big old knife, itty bitty knife, our juicer, a strainer, and a glass to enjoy it there at the end. Alright, so, man, watermelons are really easy to cut open. If you've never done it before, it looks kind of intimidating and stuff, but it's really not a big deal. I like to keep things simple. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half. I always like to cut away from myself, so I'm going to find a spot right there about in the middle. I'm just going to stab that sucker. Bam! Work that knife nice and easy around, nice and easy. Trying to stay level. And we just kind of saw through it, spinning it around with our hand up top there, keeping it nice and secure, cutting away from ourselves so that way if we do slip, it doesn't hurt. And here we go, we're almost all the way around. And let's see. Man, how about that? Easy money, right? Alright, so we're going to set half of it to the side. Now, we're going to take this half, cut it in half. Same kind of deal, we're going to cut away from ourselves, and stab it there in the middle, and we're just going to kind of work away and spin it around. Same little deal. Alright, cool. So now we got 2 quarters, right? And then we got our other half over there. Just set that 1 quarter there for a side, to the side for a second. Now, we're going to get rid of the rest of this rind here. Same basic thing, we're going to cut in there. This one you got to be real careful with. It's kind of hard to cut away from yourself and get it. So we're going to see we got the rind there and that little bit of white. We're going to try and get right in there as close as we can. And we're just going to try and stay along the edge there. Cut nice and slow and easy. And there we go. Spin her around. Same little deal. Bam. And sometimes you got to pry it out. Alright, so I went ahead and got both of our little quarters cord here. Got a little bits of scraps here that I didn't cut out clean the first time, but I went back and got them out. And we're just going to basically chop all this stuff up. Doesn't have to be super fine. It's about to go into a blender, but you want to make sure that you don't put too big of chunks in there, especially if you've got kind of a cheaper blender like me. You don't want to get it bogged down, tear it up. And here we go. So ain't got to be perfect, ain't got to be pretty. We're just chopping, chopping, chopping. And alright, so we're going to pop open the lid to our blender here. And we're just going to scoop up some fruit and toss it in. Alright, so we're pretty full. Uh-oh. Got a little bit more, so I'm just going to kind of stab in there. See how it's cutting it up just a little bit more. It'll help it pack down just a little bit in there. Help me make some room for the rest of this stuff. Just take that knife and stab it a handful of times there. Alright, hey, lost a piece. Cool. There we go, got all our stuff in there. We're going to put our lid on and get it nice and secure. And blend it for about 30 seconds here. Alright guys, so I kind of did a little cleanup crew, got rid of the cutting boards and the knives. The watermelon, just put a little plastic wrap on it. This will keep in the fridge for a week like this, so we can use that for later. We get hungry for a little snack or want some more juice. Now it's time to strain our stuff. This is kind of optional. I actually like pulp, so I don't really care too much to strain, so I don't use the finest strainer ever. If you don't like pulp, you can use something like a cheesecloth or something like that to get a much finer strain. But it's about as easy as it sounds. We just pour it through the strainer into our pitcher there. As you can see, some of it's backing up a little bit, so we don't want to just dump it all at once. Just nice steady pour, and kind of tilt the strainer to the side, kind of move stuff around a little bit there. I usually do this in the sink, but I couldn't figure out how to get the camera there, so we're kind of doing it on the counter, but I would definitely recommend doing this in the sink if possible. And I'm just kind of rotating it around. Give it a little shaky shake, a little shaky shake, and let's pour the rest of this off in there. And you can just kind of set it in there and let it rest as it does its thing. Alright, so as you see, it's all strained down in there. It's pretty cool. Half a watermelon gave us about a quart of watermelon juice. You can see there, we've got the little bit of pulp in there. Like I was saying, I actually like the pulp, so I don't care. I'm going to dump that in there. Give it a little shaky, shaky shake. A little extra nutrition in there. Man. There we go. How about that, guys and girls? Oh my god, that's freaking good. It's so refreshing. One more thing. I know I didn't do this at the beginning of the video, but I promise I did it. I did wash my hands. Yes, I did. It's a very important thing, everybody there at home, in case you didn't already know that, washing hands before touching stuff that you're going to consume. Very good thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, shared it with your friends. Reach out to me if you got any questions or comments, and maybe I'll post some more of these in the future.